So Adam, not the result maybe you wanted here at Emerald Henley Stadium a couple of weeks ago against Castleford. Just tell me your thoughts about the game and how your girls played.
Yeah, it was an odd one for us because I thought we prepped quite well going into that, and being home at Headingley, I thought would be quite up for it, and it might have been a little bit of a closer contest, but unfortunately it was a bit disappointing in the end. I think mainly due to our defence. We had a few changes throughout the week with people being away and whatnot, and a few injuries here and there, but I thought we dealt with it well during the week in our prep. And solved it, but then come the game, we just didn't seem to be our day. But it's good for us because it gives us a few things to work on for the remainder of the season. We've got 4 weeks now, so we're knuckling down and getting stuck back in. It should lead us on a good path to some success in the near future, hopefully for us.
Do you think that Castleford were really looking to gain revenge after the Challenge Cup final?
Yeah, yes and no. Obviously I don't know, what Cass are about and what they do and what they're looking to achieve and whatnot. But I think they just wanted to. I think it's become a good grudge match against Cass now. So I think both teams are just very happy when we beat one another. So it was a big occasion, like I said, at Headingley for us and for Cass to come into town. And I suppose there's a lot of hype around it, basically because we just finished playing each other in a Challenge Cup final, and we got one over them in that. And they were looking to bounce back. I don't think they were necessarily looking for revenge, but I think they were just looking to bounce back with their regular season and have a really good victory against us.
And going back into the side was Courtney Hill after picking up that injury against Featherstone. How crucial is she to this team and the sort of tries that we've seen her score that's made her top of the try charts for us?
Yeah, Courtney's brilliant for us. She's just a true leader for our team. She does all the real small things really, really well. Her talk's brilliant, her ability to kick the ball and guide the team around the paddock, can really change games, as you've seen in some of the finals we've played in that now. So she's very crucial for us, and she's sort of one we had to hide that week of that game, basically because of injury. And I think we missed the likes of Hannah Butcher as well. She was although she's our 5'8", she was quite dominant for us in that display against Cass in the final in terms of her defence abilities. So we missed a few, and then obviously having to solve what we're doing with that right side in attack and defence with the likes of Sophie Robinson out as well now. So there's a little bit of restructure going on within the squad due to a few things that were unexpected over the last couple of weeks, and just things that come up. But we're going to solve it, and we're going to solve it well, and we'll crack on with the season, have a good end of the season.
Do you think that you'll be delving into the under-19s? We've seen the likes of Fran Goldthorpe, Kira Bennett really step up and play consistently for yourself. Is maybe the injury to Hannah and Sophie going to prompt you to dip in there again?
Yeah, well, we've looked into the 19s, and you can only sort of ask so much out of them. The young girls, the likes of Kira, she's only 16, so you got to be really smart with the way you manage them in terms of their minutes played and whatnot. Otherwise, their career starts on the wrong path. They pick up a lot of niggling injuries, and that doesn't really help them develop as players and with their strength, their body and whatnot. So we've got to be really careful and mindful that we bring them through the system not too rapidly and put too much pressure on them, especially the ones that come through the forwards, because they do a lot of heavy lifting through that middle part of the field. So
looking into this week's game against Bradford, another big local clash. You've said about the sort of atmosphere that we've built around Castleford. Is it a similar one for Bradford and the local rivalry between the two clubs?
Yeah, I think Bradford's one of our bigger rivalries. In terms of that was our first fixture ever as a team, as a squad, so against Bradford, and that sort of set the platform for us going forward. That fixture, and it's sort of been a bit of hype around that game ever since. They get a bit tasty. The Bradford versus Leeds games. So yeah, it should be an exciting game this Friday night. It's unfortunate. I must say it's a bit unfortunate. It's Friday night. We can't be at home at Wheatwood, but you know, apparently I've got a game Sunday, so I'll have to move the fixture around. But no, I'm really looking forward to for the girls to get out there on Friday night down at Kirkstall 3G for a fixture and see if we can bounce back in a more positive manner.
And when we played them earlier in the season, it was a really close game, I think about 18-6. Is that something that you're anticipating they're going to bring again, a really sort of close combat game?
Yeah, you know what, the thing about Bradford is, and if you don't turn up against them, they're very physical. So if you don't turn up, you know, from the get-go, if you dip your toe in the water, as they say, you know, you're bound to be in for a tough night. As they're very physical and they like to play a very power dominant sort of game. So, you know, I think the idea against the likes of someone like Bradford is just not to give them too much ball within the good ball zones. You know, if you can keep them away from playing inside our half, then it should be a good night. If you cough up too much and give them too much pill down our end, then you know we're in for a real treat. We'll have to, you know, really bring our tackling pads.